And we just have to see how it's gonna pan out. It is gonna be 6 lappers. In the knockout, they played 2 lappers. So it is gonna be a different type of setting here. As we are going into the first round here, it is Paradise with the 16 players.
Yeah, and looks like we are live this time. Everybody driving. Tween did touch the wall at the start already, so he's a little bit behind. But instead of 2 laps, we have 6 laps now. Oh! So you can definitely catch up to people like Yannex, who went for the respawn already. Yannex is not looking good.
Yeah, do you think he is still having the issues with the input? Like, I have no idea if this is hindering him from his performance, but it would be very unfortunate. Luckily for him, this is a map where you don't lose your points yet. Maybe a short introduction for the people that don't know how this step works. There are 6 maps. On the first 2 maps, players will gather points based on their position. On the next 2 maps afterwards, so map 3 and 4, if you are finishing in the bottom 8, you will lose 50% of your points. And on the last 2 maps, you will lose all of your points if you are in the bottom 8. And we do see different strategies, Sinas. Did you see that?
I saw Massa, and I didn't really catch who the other player was who went for the old school, let's say, a 270% turn. And most people now have opted for the what I would call Afi Gwen line, because they were the first one doing it in even the first step that we saw this match. This map. So yeah, we have definitely seen people go more and more towards that line, as I assume it is faster. I think you will know more about that.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's way faster actually. However, the 360 can be safer because, just as I wanted to finish my sentence, we see Evan with a nasty mistake, and Dark also clipping his wheel. So we do have a lot of blunders already in lap 2 alone. But since this is a 6-lap race, the chances of you catching up are way higher. And like I said in the beginning, you don't lose any points on these first 2 maps yet. So, but you do want to start gathering a lot of points from the get-go. That puts you in a way comfortable position on the later stages. Oh, Matt with an attack, but he collides with the wall in the freewheeling, and that puts him a little bit behind here.
Tiny disappointment for me for Muda, as this is like his map kind of, and right now he is in 11th position. I've seen him make multiple mistakes, and now Massa makes a mistake in the ironically the safer line he makes a mistake with, but he is slowing down quite a bit here. Of course, no knockout anymore, so it's not that bad. We are only on map 1, but it would be nice to get a nice amount of points with you. And Dovald right now is in first.
Yeah,
Dovald has gone out quite early in the knockout phase, and he is trying to catch back up on that scoreboard, on the general standing, and he wants to get first in this part of the combine, I guess. He's doing really, really well. He's now 0.3 ahead of everybody, and look who is second.
Yeah,
it is Riolu right now in second place. A lot better than what we have seen from him in the regular season of the TMGL, and right now he is trying to prove that he is the one. He deserves to be in the TMGL, and it looks like he is doing that quite well for himself right now. Matt somehow was able to go behind Yannex in the last couple of positions. So this is kind of what I was talking about, that this kind of format really does not fit Matt well. And we are seeing that come to fruition already, as he is in last place. Riolu has taken over the lead in the meantime, which is kind of the most important couple of positions going into the identity. Spam, take it away.
And he is all over the stadium here as well. Oh, Scrappy slides out. But this is a very nice sight to behold for Riolu in the TMGL season. He didn't have the pace to be in first, but I think right now it is really favoring him against these other players. We also see Bran making a comeback here. I mean, the TMGL players on paper should be able to outpace the OGL players in a official step, I would say. But we do have Dovald, who I followed closely. Oh, Bren barely making that jump. But yeah, Dovald, who I said from the beginning, is always doing really well on map 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then he crumbles in the final stages when he has a lot of points. And right now he is in second place, so it looks like he is gonna be repeating that performance that he always does during the steps. But so far, Mudda in third place. Really close battle between 5 or 6 of these players. Riolu is really just driving away, it seems.
Yeah, he's already 0.75 ahead, and it is only Mudda who can come close. And I've seen Mudda drive into the wall 2 times in this match. Somehow he's still second. But yeah, Riolu is just really strong, and this is what I like to see from him. We've not really seen him shine in the regular season, and now he's coming back. We also have Evon back in the mix here at the top, and Grenadi also doing really well. Grenadi, who needs to continue doing this well, by the way, because he is so far behind from the initial seeding. So if he wants to be top 2 of the OGL, he needs to continue to do what he did in the knockout stages. I hope for him that he can do that. Mudda taking the fastest lap and overtaking first place. Are you kidding me? I mean, you just said in theory TMGL players should be able to outpace in a regular step. But remember last season, Gwen and Afi were not TMGL players. So yes, we might have another Gwen and Afi situation on our hand here.
Yeah, it does seem like it. But Mudda has extremely fast pace here. Riolu was 0.7 ahead. And Mudda just closed that gap. Only in the identity. It was all in the identity. So does that mean that Riolu is just saving his way, or Mudda has this far superior line there? But so far, lap 5, we have how many players that made a massive mistake? It seems like 6 players out of the 16 have made a massive blunder.
Oh, Evon is coming really close here. He got the upper gear. Mudda didn't.
Oh,
and now
yeah.
we have a 3-way battle for first place. Sorry to interrupt you, but just wanted to point this out. If we go into the identity, it looks like Mudda is going for the attack once again, and we can see the identity why Mudda took 0.7 from Riolu here. Look at this.
Yeah, I think this is
incredible.
This is called confidence. This is confidence. Mudda winning the knockout. He is on the highest horse possible, and he is just going for it. Riolu and Evon.
Momentum here.
Yeah, Riolu and Evon doing a good job as well. Evon driving the fastest. Lap 5 there, not beating Mudda's time, but this is lap number 6. Here it is all about making sure that you don't make a mistake. No, as Mudda makes a mistake. He is luckily just making it. It could have been way worse in this situation, but he is not far behind at all. It is 0.7, and what did we say? It is the 0.7, the legendary 0.7 catch-up. Is he gonna do it again in the identity? But look at Grenadi here. Hey, Grenadi is still in it as well.
Yeah,
well prepared.
0.7 was against Riolu's identity though, and in first place right now is Evon, who had a good identity last lap. I don't think Mudda can get first anymore, but he's overtaking Grenadi right now, coming close to Riolu, who also did not get the upper gear, so he might get second. And Evon is just still more than 0.7 ahead now, and into the first identity we go. Mudda overtaking Riolu already, but it is Evon still left. I think Evon is going to take it here, but still a good performance by Mudda on second place.
Wow.
Riolu really well as well. Grenadi once again really good. And who do we have in 5th place? It is Bren, who kind of needs this.
True. And yeah, well, I mean, great performance here by Evon. We did see a very nice battle throughout the 6 laps between the top 4. So
look at the fastest lap, by the way.
Yeah, a 1:23.34 will gain him another +2 points here for his 20 points. And what was the next map again? The order was shown, but I don't remember. But yeah, what a great opening map by Evon, Mudda, Riolu, and Grenadi. But Sinas, the TMGL system can be very harsh, and we know that.
We do know that indeed. Yeah, but we don't know. I mean, it is good to get some points here, because that means that later on, if you get into the higher positions, it's pretty easy for you to, instead of getting top 8, you even go towards the first couple of positions. And that is kind of what you're battling for here in the first 2 maps. Is getting as many points as possible, so that if you stay top 8 throughout the rest of the step, you lock in the top positions.
Exactly.
Well, the players have to be able to do that, and this is a high-pressure situation. And yes, we have maybe Matt not doing the best, but I don't think there are a lot of other players that will consistently get bottom 8 here. And that means a lot of point loss coming in.
Yeah, and something noteworthy right now is Starglight, the second map here, was the only map that was not played in the knockout. So
yeah,
we have no idea how these players are gonna perform on this particular map. So can't really say anything besides the identity is very, very speed dependent. The last zoop that you can get with the reactor boost is so important to get, and it's gonna be interesting to see who has figured it out and who doesn't, because getting the identity really well can mean up to maybe 0.8 of a second entering lap 2 or 3. And
yeah,
when we talk about those large numbers, it is really difficult to catch up from that.
Yeah, it's literally do or die there. Well, actually, it's not literally do or die because the players don't die, but metaphorically, literally do or die there. That makes sense. And,
yes.
Ooh, actually, Brand mega zooping already. And now we can see the first time who will do the big zoops.
Yeah, Riolo definitely zooped himself in the wall.
Yes. Yeah, but Massa and Brand seem to know what they're doing here in the warm-up. They are taking the lead so far.
Yeah, so what can we gather from the points right now? Like, I was talking about Challenge during his OGL season. He mainly practiced the last map, or the last 2 maps in particular, because those were the most important ones. But now, with the combine and the map order not known, you couldn't really practice or anticipate which map is gonna be last. Do you think this is gonna hinder him a lot in a step like this?
I don't know.
Oh my!
Oh. Well, that is gonna hinder him in the step a lot. Jeez, what a mistake to do at the start. Yeah, his map is already over at this point. He's so far behind. We're 6 seconds, 7 seconds. I mean, wow. Yeah, but anyway, because the map order is not known, he kind of is forced to do 6 laps. And what you're saying is he will be spread too thin, right? Because he has to train too many maps. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he's not doing well so far in the combine. Getting eliminated as one of the first players in the knockout, and now here already once again in the bottom positions. Here we go into the identity though.
Massa slowing down a lot here.
Yeah, oh, Tween looks a bit wonky, but he's fine actually. It was just the camera angle. And who is going to be the one in the lead in the end? It looks like Evan is taking charge. Link as well. Link, interestingly enough, first time we see him ahead. Brand doing well in the top positions as well. And Massa, who you said slowed down a bit, now finds himself third place. So he somehow.
Oh my!
He did what Gwen was doing in the final. Do you remember? Gwen always taking that clip, and it was just so scary. But yeah, you don't really lose speed doing that. So
yeah, what we can see is there has been only one major mistake, which is Challenge, and then the other players. I think all of this time loss is mainly in the identity. Players are doing so many different. There are so many different lines, approaches, exits, entries, and it's just not possible to do identical identities every single time. So I think the gaps that we see right here is mainly just because of the identity. And I'm on board with Riolu, who is sitting in 7th, 8th place. So I get like a nice overview. And already we see so many different approaches here in the first reactor booster. It is Massa who is leading the race right now. But can he keep the pace up here? Does he get the last zoop as well? We do have Mudda with a very wonky landing, but he does get good exit speed going into lap number 3, comfortably sitting in top 8 right now.
Yeah, Massa is stepping up right now, still in first place, and like you said already, Massa in the corner of the screen. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
And there we go, the caster's curse. First it's Challenge, and now it is Massa who bites the caster curse nail here. However, he is only, it's 1.7 seconds. Whoa! So many blunders in this uphill. We did see Mudda with a massive mistake.
As he kept losing points.
Yep. Oh, and these guys are luckily are lucky enough that this is second map where you will not lose any points. So no big deal yet. But what I can see as a big deal is Challenge and Dark. Look at the gap that they are behind.
Are so far behind the OTW duo here. Default is the only one who is in a decent position of their particular organization. Yeah, they're not looking good. They're not looking to get any points in this map. But who is though? It is a couple of Frenchies and Avon at the top.
Yep, Avon is
really good.
Doing so good.
A really good identity. He is now closing in on Avon even, and is now in second place. Props to him. He didn't even get best round. That was Grenadi. What? Grenadi? Hello? He's 12.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that just shows that even though people have made mistakes, they are still on insane pace. They are not giving up, and that is what you want to see in a step like this. Like, you can be behind and you can let your head hang down and think, oh no, there's no way for me to catch up. But Grenadi here is showing that it is possible. You are driving faster than the guys in front. And even though he's in 12th, maybe he ends up in top 8 by driving this pace. And right in front of him is Cap and Yannick. So he could go for a quick 1-2 overtake.
Yeah, and in the second map, it doesn't really matter that you are bottom 8 because the point loss is not enabled. So every position really, really counts. It's just another couple of points that you can get for yourself. So never give up in these kind of situations. But by the way, Avon is first again.
Oh, stop it, Sinas!
I'll stop. You go. I'm done.
Stop! Avon.
I'm so sorry, Avon.
Oh no, he was doing so well, and one mistake in the identity, in the most important section of the identity as well, and he crumbles down. It could have been almost a 42 points for Avon if he managed to not do this mistake. But Sinas here with the caster curse coming in hot and spicy puts Avon in 12th place. But we do have a new leader here, and it's Bran. And Bran needs to get these points because his knockout challenge was horrible, to say the least. He ended up in 14th, I believe, and that is not what you want. So if Bran can put up a nice battle here, gets the 20 points on this map.
Carl.
Oh, but he has Carl hungry right on his spoiler. Same with Link. The gap is so nice and close here. Carl.
How close Carl goes.
Link with the attack.
Oh, never. Oh, Carl struggling, is able to survive, but loses some time, and that means Link and Brand take the lead. Yeah, I'm looking at my hands like lightning came out of my fingers because this is getting really crazy. But it is the French trio right now in the top. Yeah, Carl slows down a little bit here, but top 3 is not bad at all. This Link right now ahead. Link doing really well for qualifying through the OGL, getting a bunch of points in the seeding, and now he didn't do too good in the knockouts, but he's trying to prove that he is still worthy of that OGL place, and he is now in the lead on the scoreboard. Crappy doing good, Dolval doing well here. Yeah, what can you say here? Avon, sad to see, he is now in the 11th position after that mistake. Yeah, oh, Scrappy actually going for the overtake on Carl. He's so fast right now. Scrappy
is putting in a very nice lap here in the end to close out his run here, moving up to 3rd place. I think I do wanna give the highlight to Bran and Link here going into the final identity section. Who is gonna go for the win? Link gets a lot of speed in this identity. Bran is looking to just get the 2nd place, but he is going for the attack onto Link. Who is gonna get the most speed out of this identity? It is looking like Link will have the incredible Zoopy Zoop, and that is gonna close the deal. But it is Bran who goes for a little bit of a low jump, but it is not gonna be enough. We have Link winning, Bran in 2nd, Carl in 3rd, 4th is Scrappy, Massa in 5th, Dolfold is 6th, Riolu 7th, Cap in 8th, Grenadi 9th, Tween in 10th, Avon in 11th, Yannick's 12th. A big upset here, Mudda in 13th, Matt in 14th, actually Matt not yet in 14th, but the trolling duo here, Challenge and Dark, will I don't know.
my
Yeah,
God, Charlie. Oh.
yeah, I don't know. They can. Charlie is DNFing here, and that you hate to see it. But one thing I want to point out here, Mudda shows that this is his worst map, and how lucky for him that this map was not in the knockout. Let me just put it that way. One map was not in the knockout phase.
And it was this one.
And it was this one, and this was the worst map for Mudda, by the looks of it. I don't know what went wrong. I didn't see the mistake, but hey, that is an angel on his shoulder.
Yeah, that might be really important, because of course we don't know what he would have done, but he might have gone out, and then we would tell a very different story about the Australian here.
Exactly.
Because right now he's first, and that could have been not first. Wow, okay, very different story, but we go now into the first time where we will see point loss enabled, 50%. And Evon, Bren, Link, Carl, Riolu, these players, they have a lot to lose right now, and they want to get top 8 from now on. I mean, everybody wants to get top 8 from now on, of course, but they are the ones who already have a bunch to lose coming into this map.
Yeah, the points are incredibly close though. Like, even from 12th place to first, it's only 16 points. I mean, that is...
you can make that up in one map, yeah.
That is nothing. I mean, look at the jumps are like 3 points every single time. 2 points, 2 points. Like, it is just... Especially on this map, I think this is gonna be a bloodbath. I have a feeling this will be an extreme bloodbath. Just because the identity is very unforgiving if your release timing is off. But also now, with the added pressure of potentially losing your points if you are in the bottom 8, is definitely weighing on these players. And yeah, I think Evon and Bran for sure have shown they have really good 6-lap pace. Unfortunately, Evon made that mistake previously, but I do think that we will see a very strong Evon on this map as well.
We will definitely see that indeed, and I want to talk a little bit about these two players who are really underperforming from the TMGL. Yannex and Matt are just not looking, well, good, honestly. Oof. We saw a huge mistake there already. Mudda also making a mistake. Matt slowing down. We have a lot of casualties here.
Oh, Mudda.
Evon is one of the players who is also slowing down quite a bit.
But look at Mudda.
Oh my god, that is a point loss. I mean, hello? 6 seconds?
It's only gonna add up here. 7 seconds almost. Yeah, that is a huge mistake.
I'm going out of the window and I'm picking up the Mudda is not that consistent argument, and I'm reeling it up back into the house because this is not looking too good for him.
That is definitely true. But as we close lap number 1, we do have quite some mistakes here actually. We have Matt, Yannex, Dofold, Mudda, and Dark, all with major casualties in lap 1. The other players are within 1.5 seconds of one another. It is Massa who is currently giving the pace here together with Bran and Cap. So that is really good for them. Now a very critical section here. You can gather so much speed. It does look like Riolu is going for a safe strat here. He is slowing down so incredibly much, but he is holding on to that 7th place and looking to secure his points. But I am not comfortable enough to say that he is going to end up in the top 8 by driving this way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... the safe around that top 8 is actually really, really scary because it might just barely not be able... words? It might just not be able... Fuck. What am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
There we go. To actually get top 8, and if you get 9th, you're gonna lose a lot of points. So I don't know about this tactic from Riolu. In the knockout, definitely good, but in a step, I don't know about it.
Yeah, true. And we did have that initial mistake by Evon in lap 1, but look where Evon has recovered himself to now. He is in 9th place. Oh, Riolu has made a mistake.
Just bumping.
Yep, Riolu has made a blunder, and this is what I'm saying. Sometimes driving safe is not the way to go, because driving extra safe makes you more prone for making mistakes, from my experience. And as you can see here, Riolu slowing down a lot, and Evan will take that 8th position away from Riolu. And that's exactly what I was talking about. The pace that Riolu is doing right now.
Another mistake by Riolu now.
Oh,
he just
no.
went into the wall, and that's going to cost him more and more seconds now. And he is falling further and further behind the top 8 position, where he really wants to be. He has 19 points. That's quite a lot. So he's going to lose like 9.
True. Quick math.
Yeah, the first time that I ever did math on the cast that was correct. So that is good news for me. In the meantime, we have Brent in the lead.
Oh, Massa is dropping down to the bottom 8, and he cannot even make...
This is gonna cost him a lot.
Jawolo!
Just to see, this is gonna be an overtake by Muda on him even. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, actually, wow, Muda is really far behind. If that is actually not happening, look at that. Massa joining the troll team OTW in the bottom.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like we only have 2 players without a mistake.
Slow.
He's players
slow down a lot.
Yeah, 2 players without a mistake here, Sinas. It is only Bran and Scrappy.
Oh my god, he went for the respawn as well. I mean, yeah, he's far behind anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, what did I say before this map started? It was gonna be a bloodbath. And what kind of bloodbath do we have? It is filled with blood right now. It is Riolu in 9th place with 2 seconds behind. And he needs to pick up his pace if he wants to catch up towards these guys up in front. We do see different lines here. What is this line by Scrappy? Oh no! I saw that from 10 kilometers away. What a line. But miracle. It is a miracle that he's not dropping even further behind. It is him versus Riolu right now. And my god, it is... Oh, it's a coin flip. You don't know what's happening with these players. It is only Bren surviving this map so far, Sinas. Wow.
What an incredible performance by Brandon. I mean, 1 out of 16. That is not a lot of players who don't make any mistakes. But I mean, we still have 2 laps to go. And, you know, the more I say Brand, the more it's going to happen, of course. But so far, so good for him. In the meantime, though, the battle goes on for top 8. It is Riolu once again with 0-8 on his car, but it is Scrappy this time around. Oh, look at that. That might be enough for Scrappy. Who is that? It is Challenge.
Yep. He is
OTW
getting overtaken.
I'm getting mean. I'm sorry. Oh, here you go. Actually, Scrappy is now closing in on Riolu. Identity coming in. Is he going to do another one of those crazy lines? Actually, Riolu slowing down quite a bit. Oh!
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There goes his chances of getting top 8, I think.
I mean, he did look really shaky on this map throughout the knockout, throughout these 5 past laps. He showed lack of confidence, I would say, driving extremely safe lines here, and it is showing. I mean, he is making the mistakes and puts himself in a 10th position here. Who is in top 8 with a massive miracle is Charlie here, and we are in the final lap. I mean, we have seen massive upsets in the final identity of this map, but once again, I will tip my hat off to Bran here. What an incredible performance he has been doing on Semiramis. He has the best lap. He has been driving without any mistakes, and I am watching him do the final identity here. He gets jump 1. He also gets jump 2, and it seems like he gets jump 3 as well. What an incredible performance by Bran here. The only player to survive Semiramis. And in close pursuit with 2 seconds behind is Super Carloof. Great for him as well. Evon snipes Tween just in front of the finish line. Link in 5th, Scrappy in 6th, Cap in 7th, Charlie getting 8. And we do have the point loss coming in hot and spicy for Grenadi, Massa, Riolu, Yannex, Dark, Muda, Matt, and Dofold.
Alright, wow. Interesting map we have this time around. And can I get a clap in the chat for Brandon? You already see some coming in.
Yeah.
Really good job by him. Carl, 2nd place, 19 points. Getting better and better for him as well. He is in the race to be one of those players entering the TMGL from the OGL. And this is only looking better and better for him. 33 points now, 3rd on the step. And the only ones who are ahead of him are TMGL players. So it's looking good for him.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, Sinas, the final map is going to be so important, actually. What if you win the final map and you get 20 points, you can actually end up in 4th place. Like, the possibility is there. You could actually go from a 1-point Andy to ending in 4th place because you win the final map with 20 points.
Matt, I'm feeling it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, you can even end in 1st place. Exactly. You can even end in 1st place. Like, it is possible.
Yeah.
Like, that is what makes this format so crazy. And now we go into a map that is so difficult here. Man, what must go on into Brand's brain right now? Because he had a lackluster performance in the knockout. And right now he is dominating the step here with 45 points. And he needs to keep these points.
Yeah, he's one of the 4 players battling to not be the last 2 TMGL players. And I mean, you kind of what was that? Anyway, you kind of lock in not being in that battle anymore if you get first in this step. I mean, that's 16 points. That's just such a lead, especially if the others don't do that well. So Bran here definitely wants to be top 8 from now on.
Yeah, but also Bran can afford a 50% point loss here and still be in a comfortable position.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because he has 45 points right now. But obviously you don't want to as in his position, but he could potentially afford it on this map.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, map 5 and 6 will be really important. You cannot afford to get bottom 8 there, but on this one, yeah, sure, there is some leeway, so that is maybe good for him.
And what can we take away from the knockout phase? Because halfpipe was played in the knockout phase. Who was I kind of forgot already.
Yeah,
did we have massive upsets in this knockout on this map? I can't really remember.
To be honest, I don't really think it's going to be that important because it was just one huge mistake.
That is true.
That might not be what will happen again. I mean, of course, it might be some kind of indication, but I wouldn't say it is really that important.
Yeah, it's also a 2-lapper in the knockout, so a 6-lap.
Yeah.
Your mentality is a little bit different, most likely more towards the drive, a little bit more consistent, wider lines, more drifting. But yeah, that's definitely true. Here we go then into halfpipe. Of course, bottom 8, same principle, 50% point loss. We do see a massive mistake by Mudda, I think, and he is completely out again.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can say whatever you want, but he is incredibly
doing the same.
He's incredibly lucky for winning the knockout here if this continues to go this way.
Yeah, this is just a complete 180 from what we have seen from him in the knockout. Yeah, I mean, the argument is back in the window for sure now. Going on to the dirt, but he is not that far behind as last map though.
That is true.
2.5 seconds to top 8, who is not that far ahead of far behind top 1. As I say, that is definitely catch-upable. So, you know, the hope is still there for him. In the meantime, though, we have Dark in first place. Dark is looking good here and going for the inside line here as well. Wants to lock in. Dark and Charlie actually 1 and 2. This is a complete 180 from what we have seen so far in the step, and that is good news for these player Cap as well. Some really dark horse players in the lead now. Link showing up from this identity. He looks good, but it is only Scrappy from the TMGL in the top 4, top 5 even. The rest is all OGL, which is really, really bad news for someone like Muda, who's, by the way, 6 seconds behind now. Yeah. He must make another mistake.
Look
as well
at Massa
and Matt.
Yeah, Massa has failed the first identity and puts himself in a, very bad position here. 10 seconds behind. There is almost no way to catching that up unless other people will make a mistake. But we do see Bran in that sweet spot, 8th to 9th place. And he is holding most amount of points. But what a performance by Dark here. You already cheered him on in the first lap. But he is still in first place right now. Getting challenged by Scrappy, by Tween. And we are entering these dirt jumps here. Is everyone making it? It does seem so. I cannot tell if the players behind Bran made an error. But looks like everyone has made it. And now we are into this either no steer or you just steer. It seems like people are opting for the full steering instead of no steering. And entering identity number 2.
And here we go. Who is going to go for the full send? It looks like everybody is going for the middle of the road approach. Not too risky, but not too slow at least. Ooh, Yannick slowing down a little bit here. Brandon's going maybe for the overtake, but no one really making any kind of huge mistakes. We might see some tiny overtakes here and there, but not a lot happening. And that for a half-pipe identity is quite weird, but maybe we'll see something crazy later on. Brand actually struggling a little bit here at the start of the third lap, and that means he's falling behind to 10th position. Like you said, he can afford to not get to bottom 8, but it would be nice for him to not do that instead. So he's already pushing it a little bit, going for the overtake on Evon, who is actually second in the step, if I remember correctly. And that means... Oh my god, Charlie just did not make that drop. He is over and out for the replay. Oh man, Matt, by the way, 37 seconds behind. What?
That is over and out for Matt by the looks of it. But we are seeing a very nice battle, Sinos, between 10 players. They are all within 1.5 seconds difference. And it is Evan with an interesting line here on the dirt jumps. He manages to clip his back tires, gets the speed penalty, loses a little bit of momentum here. But the gap towards 8th place is only 0.4 of a second. And with 4 more identities and 4 more triple dirt jumps to go, it can go either way. Here we go then.
Into another identity we go. Ooh, Carl, who I am spectating, goes quite high. It seems to be saving it. Ooh, Bren clips. Is he gonna make it?
Oh!
He makes it, but not barely, and that's gonna cost him quite a bit of time. Too much time, if you ask me. Going into lap number 4. I mean, we are halfway only on half-pipe, but he is now falling behind the second here to top 8. That is quite a bit, so he needs to start pushing it maybe. Ooh, Brennan and F1, both of them now in the red zone, but barely. So they both need to start pushing it.
Yeah, exactly. And we slowly but surely see the gaps being created here because people are making mistakes left, right, and center now. There are 3 players, I think, that are doing a fantastic job here. Scrappy and Dark are basically driving next to one another. Tween is in a very comfortable position now. He has 1 second ahead of him and almost 2 seconds behind him that he can play with. But oh my god, such low jumps by Tween. He manages to keep going on the jumps. It is Evan now in 8th place, so has taken over the position from Yannex, but it is also close for these dangerous positions. And we have 3 more identities to go. Let's have a look at Scrappy's identity. He seems to have figured it out the best here. Goes incredibly low. Keeps his speed. Oh.
He went way too low. He is definitely out of the race for top 8, and that's good news for Bren. Oh, I saw someone falling behind. It was Cap. He did not make the last jump. And just actually overtaking 2 people here, and he's once again in the green.
Yeah.
Oh dear, a lot of casualties in that particular. Oh, Bren, what? On my screen he touched, but he didn't. He didn't lose any speed, and he is now overtaking people left and right. He was 10 just a couple of seconds ago, and now he's 6th together with Apple. Both of them trying to secure their insane amount of points that they have. Carl is now in the danger zone in the top 8. Oh, Riolu! Riolu is actually slowing down quite a bit after a bit of a mistake there. And,
is he going for the jump?
Let's see here what he does. I think he's gonna make that jump. And
but Grenadi
going for the overtake. He is overtaking his fellow German right now for the top 8 position. Oh no, actually, no, wait, it's actually the battle for the 8 here between Riolo and Grenadi. Look at how incredibly close these 2 players are. Both of them making the dirt jumps. And right behind him is Link with 32 points. He really does not want to be here in the 10th position. And is now trying to catch up to Riolu. Actually, not a lot of access speed for Link there on the dirt, so that's not going to be enough. It's all coming down to the identity. We have 5 out of 6 laps, so we have another lap to go. But Link might want to go into the top 8 here right now. Into the half pipe we go. He goes. He'll take 2 people instantly. Grenadi dead. Riolu slow, and that means Link is now in the green. Oh, he clips. Did he get the speed penalty? He did. Look at that. Riolu reeling in his opponent here, but it's not enough yet. Link actually with a really nice start defends his 7th position.
And he did the fastest lap as well, Link.
Yeah, Link is just on a roll here. Respect for him defending his 32 points. And now it is Bren. 2 seconds behind the top 8 once again.
But it's not over and out. It's not over and out. until we have cleared the final identity. We have seen massive mistakes. I mean, even Massa could potentially get into the top 8 here. But Riolu and Link has respawned! And that means Bran is in the top 8 right now.
Oh my.
Link didn't make the jump. And Bran moves up to 8th. And the gap is so massive. If Bran clears these jumps, I'm pretty sure he knows that he is gonna be in for the top 8. And wow, we have Matt DNFing Sinas. Matt is completely out. He has DNF'd. Karloof is going for the overtake on Riolu. And, or on Evan, sorry. But Evan is not having... is not taking it and is going for the extreme low risky jumps. And it is going to be Scrappy actually winning this round.
Yeah.
Wow, 820.
Clips, that's not going to be enough though. Yeah, Brand's still top 8.
Scrappy winning, Dovold second, Tween in third, Dark in fourth. It is Evan in fifth. What a race, what a race. Link is the player that loses 50% of his 32 points. The only player who has 30 plus points that is in the bottom 8. And Chalic again not finishing here. I mean, that is not so great. That is two maps that he is DNFing right now.
It is not looking good for him.
Bran has an angel on his shoulder from 45 points and in a very dire situation, moving up to 7th, I believe, in the end, and keeping his points secured. We are gonna have a 6-minute break right now until we go into the final 2 maps. And the final 2 maps, ladies and gentlemen, are the most important ones. You think Bran, Evan, Scrappy, and Karloof, they have secured their top 4 already? Well, let me tell you something. That is not the case. On these next 2 maps, the bottom 8 players will lose not 50% of their points, not 75% of their points. No, they will lose all of their points. And we have 2 maps here that were played in the knockout phase. Bumpy Jumpy and Circles are coming up. Circles being the last map, which was the very first map in the knockout. But like you said, we cannot really take the knockout as a sample size for how the step will go. But we did see quite a few mistakes on Bumpy Jumpy here, especially in the identity section. Do you think that's going to happen in the 6th lapper as well?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more pace than mistakes here on this one. It seems like a somewhat less bloodbathy map.
Definitely. Yeah, we're not going to see a Semiramis. That was, I think, the pinnacle of the bloodbath here. But yeah, the format right now has evolved to point loss, like losing all your points. So this is gonna add that extra layer of pressure. When you see that number on your car and it says 10th or 9th, or you see it switch rapidly between 7th, 8th, 7th, 8th, then it mentally triggers something, and it like you will definitely drop in confidence. And confidence is a thing that you really need, especially on these next 2 maps, basically.
Yeah, and here we go. Let's quickly go over a couple of standings. That might be quite interesting.
Yeah.
If we look at the top OGL players, Muda, Carl, Cap, and Link. Let's take those 4 players. Well, Carl and Link both doing quite well. Cap and Muda, though, are in the bottom 8 right now, so they need to step it up.
Muda is underperforming here. He has made so many mistakes so far. I'm not sure if these next 2 maps are going to favor him a lot. But I do think that the unknown map order is shaking things up here. Because you couldn't practice or prepare for this step like you would be doing for a normal step. So this might be hindering some of these players' performance. I mean, Chalic, like I've been saying, he was notorious to practicing just the last maps. But right now, he is in last place. Basically together with Matt. And I mean,
he's
Muda,
playing like he only practiced the last 2 maps.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And Muda really needs to step it up right now because, I mean, he does have that position where he has 32 points on the scoreboard, on the official scoreboard, right? So
Yeah.
him getting a pretty poor step here does not mean that much yet. But I think Super Karloof was very close by as well. And who is in third OGL right now?
Third OGL is Cap, but Cap only
okay.
has 18
Yeah.
points versus Muda's 32. So yeah, he can do quite poorly and still be in the top 2.
True.
Then again,
true.
you kind of don't want to give away this huge lead. I mean,
Yeah.
it just gives so much confidence going into the next day. You can just sleep well. I mean, Muda, I don't know how his sleep schedule is gonna go because he's in Australia right now. But yeah, I think if you can sleep tight because you feel very confident going into day 2, that's gonna matter. And for that, Muda needs to step it up. But
Yeah, you just want to keep on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just want to keep on building on that lead. You just like
Yeah.
you said, you got that 16 points. You got that already 32 points locked in. But that doesn't mean that you can slow down. And like mentally, it's just a mental game right now. Like deep inside of you, you're like, okay, I have 32 points. It's looking really good right now. I can maybe slow down a bit, change my path, change how I'm doing this and that. But like I said, that can like mean that you are making more mistakes, and you just want to keep on building, keep the momentum going. But it seems like the momentum has stopped in the step right now for Muda.
Yeah,
as he is making so many mistakes.
Talking about momentum, 2 players that don't have it at all are Matt and Yannex, who both of them poor performance.
Yeah.
Knockout was not really that good for both players, and now again they are on the bottom of the scoreboard. And they are TMGL players. They are looking to be eliminated right now.
Yeah, right now it's not looking good at all for Yannex and Matt. Yannex, like from Matt, we kind of expected it, but not from Yannex. Basing it on his tweets that he posted, he was practicing a lot off stream, focusing off stream on the maps, and yeah, hopefully he can rebound on these next 2 maps, or even rebounds tomorrow on day 2, because there are still 2 challenges to go after this one, and that could still toss up the whole ranking system how it is right now.
Yeah, and the other 2 that are quite close to Yannex and Matt on the standings so far are Riolu and Bran.
Yeah.
But these 2 players are just a different story. I think both of these are just doing really well in the step so far. Yeah, Riolu is only top 8 right now on the scoreboard, but I think his general, he has shown that he can do it at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like what we can see from Riolu right now is he might not have the pace to get a first, second, or third place finish, but he does have the consistency, and he's not making the mistakes, the big mistakes compared to these other guys, right?
Yeah.
So I think him being in 8th right now is definitely what I would put him in this playfield as well. But here we go, Sinas. It is going to be 100% point loss time for these players. Map number 5, Bumpy Jumpy, and yeah, lap number 1 coming in hot.
Yeah, it is knockout pressure all over again. Kind of all or nothing, especially on the map after this, but already on this one, if you want to get in any kind of top positions, Massa is saying, never mind, I don't want to. He already going into the wall. He is going to be behind a 2.5 seconds-ish, and that is bad news for the German, but I mean, his pace is quite good. He might be able to get back into top 8 at least. Here we go for the other players. It is Muda trying to get back his momentum, and Yannex, oh my god, are you spectating him?
No.
Oh, he clipped with his back tires on that little jump right there.
Aye.
Was stuck there for a couple of seconds before he decided to respawn. And you can see that on the scoreboard. Look at that, 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, and
Yannex.
Dolphult as well.
That's exactly not what you want if you are Yannex here. So, oof, that is not good news for him. But like I said here, Muda trying to get the momentum back together with Link here in the lead. Challenge is here as well.
Oh!
What happened? I did not catch
Bran
it.
hit the...
Oh!
Another mistake! So many players hitting the trees. It is Bran hitting the tree. It is, who else? Evon hitting the tree. They're all dropping down. Riolu has no speed. What happened with his ice skates? They are not sharp enough. He is going so slow. Dropping down 2.5 seconds most likely here. And what a massive blunder first round by everyone here. It is only 8 players, no, 9 players by the looks of it, who has survived lap 1. And oh, Wow.
Yeah, is it me or are there just a lot of mistakes in this step? It just seems so weird that there are so many mistakes, even with 8 TMGL players in this pool of players. We just have so many crashes. It just kind of, I don't know, it's just something to note, I guess. But here we go. The battle is still on. Challenge right now is still in the mix for the top 8, although he is on the 9th position. Oh, never mind, he just bumped into the wall, so that means Caster's curse once again. Bren right now is going to... Oh, that's good news for Bren, who is on 51 points in the red. Oof, not where you want to be. Oh my god, Carl went for the bouncer Ruskies, and that is just going to be fine. Meme bouncing away. Bren was able to go for the overtake on Evon, who right now 47 points, but in the red, not so good. Riolu 1.5 seconds behind Bren. These players need to step it up if they want to keep their points, but Bren especially.
Aye.
Oh no, are you kidding? I'm gonna stop talking.
Bren has made a mistake, but this opens up the door for Evon to get back into the action. Moving up to 8th place with his 47 points. That is a whopping number as well. The only the 3 players that have lower points than everyone else in the top 8 are Dark, Mudda, Captain, and Grenadi. And look at this, Sinas. Top 3 is occupied by OGL players. They are taking away the hype. TMGL players are slacking, particularly on this map right now. But the pressure is at an all-time high, and these players need to perform under this pressure. You do not want to lose your points here. As we go into identity number 3, I am on board with Dark here, who seems to have a very nice approach for these jumps. It is Cap who makes a mistake here. Cap will drop down from 2nd place all the way to 5th place. I think he remains in top 8 though.
No, I don't think so.
Oh no!
Look at this. No, Muda also makes a mistake. He's all the way gone.
Oh my.
That is
with
really
the
good news for
respawn.
both Bren and Evon, because they are now both in the top 8, because we have a huge mistake by Muda. And it is really important for them to stay into the top 8, 47 and 51 points respectively. That's a lot. Riolu right now, 1 second behind Bren only. So that is not a lot, and we are only on lap number 4. Bren and Evon both need to keep pushing here to make sure they stay top 8. In the meantime though, we still have the only one left from the top 3 we were just talking about, Grenadi, in the lead. And he is half a second ahead of Scrappy. He is looking really good. He wants to get a nice 20-pointer for himself. Dark is kind of the dark horse, let's say.
Yeah.
Top 3 right now for him. 2 seconds behind Grenadi, but still really good. Carl locking in, looks to be locking in 41 points, going into map number 6. Tween is even further being confident in his position to get back into the TMGL.
Where are the leaders? Scrappy!
Oh my god,
the names disappeared. I thought it was a bug. Oh
no! You have treat! Carl, you have treat! Are you kidding me?
4 players in a matter of 30 seconds all hit the tree.
Carl, oh my god, that is really important for him that he just made that mistake, because that is gonna be 41 points down the drain, and that is just actually the thing he needed to do. Oh my god, he just made another mistake. That's the thing he needed, was to be high in this step to get a really comfortable position going to day 2, and that is not looking good right now.
Wow.
Riolu is back into the top 8.
Yeah, but Evon is extremely lucky. He hit the tree, made the last jump still. Like, his hands must be shaking. Oh! Massa with an attack, but he fails. He clips his wheel. I'm spitting all over the place here. Oh my god. But yeah, like I said, Evon, he needs to change his underwear after that mistake. Yeah. But my god, he is sitting on 47 points. He does not want to lose these points. It is extremely close though. It is gonna be a battle most likely between the Germans here. Massa, on paper, has way more pace than Riolu. But can he do it right here? Massa is... Oh! Charlie! With a huge mistake into the tree he goes. But it looks like Massa is closing the gap towards Riolu. And the final lap is gonna decide everything.
Oh,
what do we see? Link DNF'd!
What? Where was he before?
I have no idea, but look at Massa! He is on a prowl here. Riolu is not safe. He is sweating like a baboon. Massa...
Link was bottom 8, because otherwise Massa would be in the green right now.
Oh my, Massa needs to full send it here. He is notorious of full sending, full focus, fast win. But It is all so close here. Grenadi is looking incredibly good. Riolu going a little bit too safe. And Massa is now in 8th place here. Evon is looking to be safe here. The battle is going to be between the Germans. Like I said, Riolu versus Massa. It's all going to be decided in the identity, Sinas.
And here we go. Riolu is already looking quite good here, actually closing in on Massa a little bit, but it's not enough yet. The gap is about 1/10 of a second between losing all your points and not losing it. And look who gets the low jump. Riolu is on his way to locking in 20.1 points for himself. It is not over yet, till Massa wants it. It slows down. It's neither of them because Evon is giving away. Yes, 47 points in the
Oh my god. What happened with Evon? Did he touch the inside there? I didn't see what happened. But he was slow.
He's gonna change to another pair of underwear, I think, because
I think so. Oh my days. But
47.
what I was like, Grenadi, what a phenomenal performance. And what I wanted to say here, Grenadi, I mean, he got second in the knockout. He was at the bottom of the food chain, right? Getting last place in OGL. We saw him move up 4 positions or 5 positions with that second place in the knockout. Right now, he is in 4th place here as well. Grenadi is the man of day one. He is grinding his way to the top. And it's so far. And it's, and it's all gonna be decided on this final map. And it is gonna be circles. Oh my god.
Oh, what a day one of this combined. I mean, it's so cool to see, honestly, from the spectator's point of view, these battles and the back and forth, the drama of it all, honestly, is really interesting. Look at that. It just, the points are so big. Brand is so far ahead. If he just gets top 8, he's basically first, unless Scrappy gets a little better than him, but Brand is looking really strong. Yeah, it is three TMGL players who are just high on the scoreboard right now, showing that they have the experience with the steps, know what to do, and they just come out ahead here so far. And only Grenadi is able to be close. Dark, really good here, 30 points as well. But yeah, it is one more map to go, and yeah, if you get top 8 on this map, you're top 8 of the step.
Exactly. That's what I just wanted to say.
Yeah.
Like, that is the difference between getting 1 point or 8 points. And 8 points is a lot for the official ranking.
Yeah.
Like, it is a lot. So, getting top 8 on this final map is so darn important. And it is really unfortunate to see that Evon loses out on that 40 points. But he needs to keep his head cool, and he can still get... I mean, he could potentially win this TMGL step. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's unlikely, but it is possible. And we are on our way here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final map of day one combined.
Makes a mistake.
Oh, no.
He immediately clips on the inside, losing 1 second already. It is Janex who is still on his view, but other than that, it's not looking too good for the German.
But this is not good at all, because he had 16 points. The knockout went bad, and most likely this step is gonna go horrendous as well. And that is so bad for him. But let's focus on the next few positions here, as we are approaching a very important sector here, very fast-paced. Who is gonna keep the most amount of speed going through these grass turns here? It looks like Scrappy is leading the race into the identity we go. Will we see already major incidents happen? Brand with a nice line there, goes for the attack. Good landing there, but it is Scrappy who leads the way. We have different lines here in this final identity jump. Riolu goes for a very high jump. Will get a lot of exit speed, as you can see right here. Overtakes 4 players. But this entry right here on the ice is so important. Riolu with an extremely safe line. Look at that. And he gets overtaken back by 4 players. But then, with more exit speed, I have no idea what is going on. He is a magician.
What is this Riolu line? What? Yeah, like you said, so safe. But then he just zoops right ahead. And back into top 4 he goes. Really impressive lines here by Riolu. In the meantime, we have Scrappy and Muda, 1 and 2. They are quite far ahead of the rest of the pack here. But look at the battle for 11 is like
Yeah.
0.1 behind 8. What is going on here? Yes, we are only a lap 2, but it is still so incredibly close. And the small differences are going to matter in the end, as we can see here. Maybe now the low wall jump is going to be worth it. Grenady actually overtaking some people with that, but not really a good line afterwards, so he's going to lose it a little bit there. And yeah, the battle for top 8 goes on. Look, Cap is 0.4 behind top 8, and he is in 13th position. Are you kidding me?
It's only Massa who has made a mistake, and he is 1.5 seconds behind 8th. Like, we're talking about nothing here. It's a couple turns. This is, I mean, in TMGL and OGL, this map Circles has shown to be a very, very tight and close match. And right now, we are getting it again. It is showing why it's such a good map for TMGL. Oh, Brad!
No! 59 points, and he just makes a huge mistake. And like you said, no one is making mistakes, so that is going to be a nail in the coffin, and he is out. 8 seconds. He's catching up on that. Oh, that is really bad news for Brad.
That is extremely bad news. That is... His knockout performance wasn't the greatest either. And now we have Bren also... I mean... he needs a miracle to happen right now if he wants to get back into action. But 8 seconds is a hell of a lot to catch up. That is so unfortunate for him. But let's keep an eye on the top 8 here, because, I mean...
Oh, Charlie makes a mistake. He goes yep 3 too tight, and so he is going to be out of it.
There we go.
Release the pressure a little bit for the other players, Dovalt.
Oh my god, that's another one bites the dust. So that's 2 players that Brand could potentially catch up to. But the mistake by Brand was...
In the meantime, though, the top 8 goes on. Carl is in 9th, but the gap is quite big between 9 and 8. So that is quite okay for these players who are just a little bit into that position. But look at how close it is between 8 and like 4. It's just so close. And now Carl is actually putting his foot on the acceleration button as he is just closing in more and more to the top 8. He is not giving up at all. He wants top 8. He wants to be close here, but that's because Muda is in 1st place here. And yes, he did not do a good step at all, but if you have a good last map, that can make up for it a lot.
Exactly.
So that means Carl now is under pressure for getting a 1st or 2nd. Let's see where Link is. Link 0 points. Oof. Going into map number 6, but he is in the green. These players are really the players that are looking to get into the TMGL maybe. Looking at the seedings and the way the knockout turned out. And yeah, all of them weak step before, but now in map 6, they are looking good. Muda is far ahead, more than a second.
Grenady clips!
Oh, Grenady clips, but he is kind of fine. Carl is so incredibly close, though.
Oh my. Yeah, and a player we haven't really talked about is Tween here. He has been driving in some kind of shadow this whole step, but he has 47 points himself. And he is doing a fantastic job at staying in the top 8 right now. He is driving good pace, and that is what we expect from Tween. But, oh my. It is so close right now between 6 players here at the top of the field. It is only really Mudda and Evon that are really dominating this round. And it's so unfortunate to see that Evon is sitting at 5 points, because that is not representable of how he has been playing this whole step here.
Yeah, same for Bren, who, by the way, is still 9 seconds behind. That is kind of not going to be enough here. We still have 1.5 laps to go, but 9 seconds is just too much to catch up to. So really sad story for him. In the meantime, though, we have Cap with 22 points, being 0.3 behind the top 8. Grenady just barely not top 8 right now. That is how close it is going into the next identity. Link doing really well. Tween struggling a little bit. He is falling behind a little bit, but that might... Oh, Riolo clips.
Riolo drops out.
He does not get a lot of speed from his high line. So he gets the worst of both worlds, basically.
Final lap.
And low speed.
We are now into the final lap. And Riolo is, after that mistake, not in top 8 anymore. But it is so close. Cap is just right in front of him, but it's not only Cap that Riolo needs to defeat. It is also one of these other 4 players. Literally, there's 5 players right in front of him.
Wow, so close.
But not the greatest speed here for Riolo, most likely. Actually, he is closing the gap a little bit. It is all gonna be decided in the final identity, I will say. Riolo up to 9th right now. 0.2 of a second. Tween and Granati going for the lower jump in the wall ride. They remain ahead of the pack there. But man, oh man, it is 7. There is 17 hundredths of a second between 3rd and 8th place. Cap with the attack. It is all gonna depend in his final identity. Here we go. The first jump.
Oh,
Cap.
so much speed. Here he goes into the identity.
Oh, we see a mistake.
Oh,
Granati. Granati.
Oh, Granati. Oh, Riolo goes up high, so that is going to be a good spectatable point. Is that going to be enough for him to catch back?
Oh!
That, and that means Link is going to lock it in.
What? 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 Riolo doesn't know there's a booster on the left. Now he knows.
Oh my god, that is... He went from everything to nothing there.
Oh my days.
Oh, even behind Granati.
Wow, what a finish to this step. But it is Evan with, I mean, incredible performance by Evan. Let's see, what position is he ending? He's ending in 5th.
Okay, okay.
And look at Link. He started the last map with 0 points, Sinas.
He's still 8.
And he gets 8th place. Wait, what just happened here? That's the TMGL standing. Anyway.
Yeah, go. You can click on step rending again.
Yeah. But man, Scrappy wins it here. Fantastic performance by him. Tween in 2nd. Also incredible step. Dark, I mean, we did see them troll quite a bit on the early maps. But Dark in 3rd. Captang in 4th. Evan still ending in 5th. Could have been a massive victory for Evan. Unfortunately, it's not. Mudda. Very, very shaky Mudda that we saw in this step.
Yeah.
Ending in 6th, I think he can be very happy. Super Karloof, I think he lost his points on the 2nd last map. So,
I mean,
a 7th
Mudda
place.
Has 2 direct opponents, Carl and Link, and somehow he still was able to manage
Exactly.
to be ahead of them at the last map.
Yep. And what a upset by Massa here in the 6th lapper. Step definitely underperforming by him. Riolo, what a mistake in that end. That is something that you should definitely, a player like him should definitely not do. Granati as well, very, very poor at making a mistake in the final identity as well. Bren, I mean, he crashed in lap 2, I think it was, and was never able to recover. Matt getting 10th here. That is pretty good. Yannex in 9th. I mean, yeah, a lot of upsets and in this step, but that is only 2 challenges down. And tomorrow
I hear something really
we have
crazy.
the next 2 challenges.